Hello, welcome to this video on GetComponent. In this video, we're going to be looking at how you can use this GetComponent function to access components from a script, and this will allow different scripts to talk to each other. And we'll also talk about null references. So let's jump into it. First of all, the big picture where we're going here is we don't just want to be able to say, hey, we hit a coin in a debug.log. If we hit a coin in onTriggerEnter, we actually want to be able to do something, for example, get some information about that coin. So what we're going to do to start is go make a new script called coin, and we're going to attach it to this coin game object. So let's go make a new C# script and call it coin. Okay, and go a step away from Unity and come back. It'll reload, or it should reload. Maybe it's done. Attach it to coin. So here it says can't add script component because it hasn't reloaded. Sometimes it needs some encouragement to actually reload. There we go. Now it's reloading. And it's finished reloading, so we can drop this coin script on the coin game object. Now notice I just attached the script, but the game is running. If I press stop, the script goes away. So make sure you attach the script while the game is not running, and then that'll be saved. So let's open up the coin script, and notice there's nothing notable in here. I'm actually going to clear out everything that is in here, so it's just an empty script, inherits from mono behavior. I'm going to save that, and now if we go back to collision, now instead of just saying hit a coin, I'll leave that message there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this method called GetComponent to actually get this coin component. So other, remember, is the collider that's attached to the object that I hit. So if I hit the coin object, if this player, that is, hits the coin object, then collider is a reference to this game object. And now if I write other dot get component, and let's just leave it there for now, right? Get component is going to look on other, which is this coin game object, for whatever component type I give it. And the type I'm looking at is coin, capital C. So you put these angle brackets, capital C coin, and you close the angle bracket, and then you put 2 parentheses because it's a method. And at the end you put a semicolon. So what I have here is if I hit an object that has the tag called coin, then go and look for a component, that's getComponent, of type coin on that object. That's other.getComponent. And so that's how getComponent works. Now this is going to return that component, and so I need to actually store that in a variable. So the data type is going to be coin, and I can give that variable a name such as coin component. But really this variable could be called anything. So there's that variable, and now I'm going to debug.log coin component, just like that, once I hit it. So maybe I'll comment out this debug.log there, and let's see what the effect of this code is. Okay, so let's click on the player. Again, just make sure you're clicking on the parent of the player, not one of the children. So here's the parent. And if I drag my player and the collider hits the collider of the coin, let's look at the console. I get this message that's capital C coin. So that's just saying that's the name of this component is called coin. Excellent. Now one thing you might run into is, let's say I hit a thing that has a tag called coin, and I try to get this component called coin, but what if it doesn't exist? Well, if I go to coin and I remove this component for now, so there's no more component there on coin, and now the code is still the same, so it's still going other.getComponent coin. Now let's play it. We'll see that I get this null printed. So that means it went and it tried to get component, and it didn't find anything, and so it returned null. So this coin component is storing null, and so debug.log prints null. So that is a null reference. It just means it's a reference to something that that doesn't exist. It's not pointing to anything. So make sure that your coin has that. I'll stop this from running. Make sure you have that coin component added to your coin game object. So your challenge for this video is to create an obstacle script, just like how we made a coin script, and attach it to the obstacle to get a reference to that obstacle script when an obstacle is struck by the player. So that's going to be using GetComponent, and then debug.log the component reference to make sure that it's not null and it's working. Okay, I'll let you pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, good job for trying the challenge. So let's start by making an obstacle script. And we'll let Unity reload. And we'll attach the obstacle script to the obstacle game object. So there we have it. Now if I go to the code here, let's just copy this GetComponent. And maybe sometimes it's actually good to practice writing it out. Maybe we'll write it out this time. So I'll get rid of this debug.log and maybe the same one for hit a coin up here. And let's just go, the data type is going to be obstacle. I'll call it obstacle component equals, and now the other is still the thing that we're hitting. We're still hitting other, and now I'm going to look for the obstacle component. And I'm pretty confident that we're going to find an obstacle component because the tag is obstacle. So that's just the way we've designed it, is that if I have this a game object with the obstacle component, I've probably added an obstacle. There's no guarantee, but that's the way that we've coded it so far, is that the tag and having the component line up. So if I have the tag, then I'm going to go get the component, and let's go debug.log that component. And actually, what I would like to do here is just rename coin component and obstacle component because they're a little bit long. Let's rename it to just coin. So I'll name it lowercase c coin. And you'll see this kind of pattern pretty often where you have capital C coin, lowercase c coin, capital O obstacle, lowercase o obstacle. So data type and variable. That will happen pretty often. Okay, let's save that and let's try this to make sure that we actually are correctly identifying that we hit the obstacle. So I'll press play. And our player hits the coin, we get coin printed, and our player hits the obstacle, we get obstacle printed. Awesome. So that's GetComponent. In the next video, we're going to see how we can continue to add more functionality so we don't just, again, print we hit a coin, we actually do something with it. So we will do that in the next video.